What's up, everybody? Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and we are back with another episode in my Inkarnate map making tutorial series. Today, we are going to be focusing on cities and villages, all the little outposts you think you might want to put in your world. If you've been following the tutorial series and the live streams, we've already added a couple of POIs that we're going to be expanding upon from here, which will help us flesh out the rest of this map. Now, if you don't know anything about this series, don't worry. The way this works is we're creating this map in an open format with a tutorial series and a series of live streams that follow along. And once this map is done, we will be making this available for everyone to use and clone however they see fit through the Explore feature in Inkarnate's library. The other maps that will be coming after are going to be the next series of maps we're making for the world of the Weave and the Void, which is that fantasy world behind me, which is the world that I created along with my brother and my wife, and it is the setting for our tabletop world. You can get a copy of that over at our Patreon page, or you can go to weaveandvoid.com and get a hold of that. It's the source book and the first module. They've been on sale since May of 2022, and we're currently working on the next module. So if all that sounds fun to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, drop a membership on this channel, super chats, super stickers on the premieres and live streams, and super thanks after the fact to support. Now I'm going to shut off the camera so you don't have to see my face anymore, and we're just going to get straight to the work here for this particular series. So without further ado, let me move that over there, shut this off, and we're going to get to work. So one of the things we've already done in the course of designing this is we've already said we knew there were going to be a few places that we wanted to have some cities. So over here on the left-hand side, we've got a city located here, another one down here. So we got two coastal cities for this continent over here, which remains nameless. And then if we go over here, we've got this city here, because we said when we were building this kind of looked like the ruins of something, and we're going to put a city here that is on the edge of that. And then of course down here we've also got another city state, which we'll leave down there. Now I put icons there just to roughly represent what were some POIs that I knew were going to be there, but we're going to be changing those out for something different because this is a world map, not a regional map. So traditionally, I don't use icons or anything else on my world maps, but I wanted to have those there for the purpose of showing people that those are some things that came along the way. But for now, we want to define the rest of our cities and states. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go in here to the stamp tools, and I want to figure out what icon I want to use for the actual cities. So we can go straight over to the icons, and these are the ones they have there, which are okay, but I want to let's look at the POI icons. That might be a little different. Let's see here. I don't really like these because we've only got the one that's a castle, dark tower. So let's just go through the entire pack and see what we have available. See if there's anything else I might want to use. Pretty sure it's just going to be the icons from the icon pack, but you never know. Dun, 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 dun. Dwarven icons. Okay, and elven icons. That might actually be useful because we might say, as an example, that something is dwarven or something is otherwise. But we don't have to because this is the world map, so we can just do what we want. So I actually think I might just use just regular old icons that they've got here to represent the various things because they have quite a few here. So there's a few ways you can do this. One is you can choose to use things that represent the cities. So if we expand upon this, we would get several different icons to represent the types of human cities that we have. Or if you just want to do like a simple icon, like a marker, you could just use markers to represent this is a city, so on and so forth. Now, I just like using markers because it's simple and it lets you say this is a city, and then you can adjust the size, and then from there you can go and say this is a whatever, because that allows more freedom of the imagination to sort of interpret what something might look at. And then if you want to expand upon that, when you go to a regional map for a region, you can then use the actual icon stamps, which are not the simple icons, but you can go in here and say, I want to actually use this human capital icon, or better yet, I want to use one of these actual 3D assets and put that on the regional map to showcase something different. So for now, I think to keep things simple, and I'm going to get sidetracked because I really like the windmills that they have right there. We're going to pick something here from the icons. I think we're just going to use the simple. I know what I've done in the past, and we're going to do it here as well. The diamonds are going to represent villages, and then we're going to use something different for cities. So let's go ahead and use. They call these orc markers. I don't agree with that. I like this one right here, I think. Okay. Now I want to turn off random stamps, so that's turned off now. We're going to bring this up in size. So we're going to get a uniform size here. That's way too big. But we are going to say, what is it at? 50? That might be too big. 40? 40 might work. Let's just drop that on the map for now. Now don't worry if it looks a little fuzzy because we're going in at a very close-up detail. When we render this out at 8K, that'll look a lot different. So we're going to delete this, and we're going to get rid of those ships because we know it's there now. We're going to bring this over, and we're going to drop that right here. Now, if we don't like the placement of some of these trees, we can just come in here and delete some of those. So we can put this in here and go from there. Now, what I like to do is just copy. And now that I've got that copied, I can then go, okay, where's my next location where I know I've got something. So we're going to get rid of the ships. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to paste right there. And that's going to be another city. Now, we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do this. Now, here's a tip that I like to give people when we're working with the maps. The first thing is that you always want to define port cities first because you know that there are going to be port cities in various locations, and then you can work your way inward from there. So we know we're going to have a port city here because we talked about this earlier. We're going to have one here, and we're going to have one here, down in here. And these are going to be sister cities. Okay. Now, do we need any more on this continent? Probably not. Do we want any over here on this continent? We absolutely do. So we're going to put one right here. Okay, like so. Any other ones? Maybe we'll put one here. Right there, okay? Now, I know I don't want anything over on the right side of the map. There's nothing over here on the right side of the mountains here. But I definitely want to put one over in here. So what we might do, I'm trying to think about where I want to put this. Definitely here. So I'm probably going to have to clear some trees out of the way. Yep. So we can put that right there, like so. Okay, do we want any other ones? Oh yeah, we want one over here. Any other ones? So the way I've got this map laid out, I don't want to define anything on the northern sections because remember everything that is the world, let me pull up the defined section where players would explore would be this section right in here. Remember? So going back to that is like this section on the southeastern part of this is abandoned. No one goes down here. So if there are any cities, it's going to be ruined cities down along the coast. And we don't want anything north because this is like unexplored, uninhabitable. It's frozen ice land, everything else. So we don't need any cities on the northern section. So we want to keep them down. Now, we'll probably add one more. I'm trying to think of over here on the coast. We'll probably put one more. No, I think we're good now. That gives us, let's go ahead and delete the path. Let's go ahead and select that. That is the markers 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 9. It actually tells me. So there's 9 cities now. That's a pretty good starting point. Sorry, guys, I keep moving the map around. Oh, nope, I forgot one because there is the ruined city over here. So that's going to be 10. We're going to put that over here. My map is being a little cranky right now. So we're going to put that right there. We're going to save. And then from here, we'll probably refresh the page. So now that we have defined our 10 cities, I like to then say, okay, how do we define the roads and maps are another section, which we can do. We'll do that another day. But right now I want to go back to those, the triangle ones I was talking about, or the diamond ones I was talking about to define these would be the cities. And now we're going to go do like towns and outposts. Now you can fill things in from there, but we'll talk about why I like to do it this way next. So we're going to go back into the stamps. And now we're going to choose a different pack. We're going to go back into the catalog. And we're going to go over here. I like the diamond. So let's use this diamond right here is what I've traditionally used. If you want to, you can make them to be a little more different. Let's go ahead and use the solid one. All right. Now these need to be a lot smaller. Where we said 40 on the other one, we're going to drop these down a bit and we're going to say these need to be 20. Now remember, we're not defining everything down to the smallest villages and everything else on the map. And the reason for that is because if I ever decide to come in here and make a regional map of this particular section right here, where we have 2 city-states, right, I would then define the villages on that. But for now, we just want to do major outposts. So if we say these are the cities, we're going to say, all right, what do we look at that's down here? So there's probably going to be something down here on the lake. So we might even say right here on the edge of the lake, there's something, right? And then there's probably something over here in the foothills by the tributary, like so. Okay, I'm actually going to move this one up just a little bit because I don't like where it's located. We can actually go from there. Okay. And that's probably, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we would want to put here. I think that's going to be it for here. We'll put 2 over here because that's going to be resource driven. You know, they'll get stuff from the river, stuff from the foothills, 2 major cities here. That's probably plenty. We could, if we wanted to, say that, well, maybe we'll put one over here. Oops, I forgot to copy and paste that. Hold up. Copy. Like maybe we put one over here that's like an outpost. That like looks out for the sea and stuff. But this will be a wind-tattered castle or something that's out there in the middle of nowhere. So that gives us 3 places there. We might put, for the sake of having something, we could put a ruined city that was here. Actually, you know what we want to do? Hold that thought. We're going to use a different icon for the... We'll go back over here and place this ruined city over in here somewhere. And that's going to be a ruin. So then we'll go back to this and say maybe there was something down in here as well. Maybe put that out on the right there. Some sort of ruined harbor city. Okay. Okay. Let's fit screen. Okay. Now the rest of it's going to be up here in this region. Okay. I don't think we're going to put anything here. If we do, we might have like an outpost town somewhere that's like a midway point. So we could put it right there, like so. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Loading, please wait. If you want to speed up your work times, you can always do this in 2K as opposed to 4K because the 4K is that's a little iffy sometimes. You have to do some refreshing from time to time, and you'll notice that the zoom in and functionality gets a little wonky when you're working over large spans of time. You got to clear the cache. It's all good. Okay. All right. So we're going to come in here now, and we want to define things within this region. So we're going to come over. Hang on, I was clicking the wrong thing. All right, I'm going to refresh the page because I'm getting some wonkiness here. So we're going to refresh. I know some people complain about this. It's not that big of a deal to me. You can get rid of the issue by doing it in 2K, but when I'm making these videos, I like to show everything in the best resolution possible. So it is a quirk of Inkarnate. There we go. There, the zoom is nice and smooth now. So I actually want to go back to the where was one of the markers that we can use? Right there. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to come up. Okay. So we know we got that there. I'm going to put a coastal one here. Something's here. And we're going to have to maybe clear some trees out to get to that one. It's not a worry. And then we definitely know that this entire region up in here has been largely populated. So we're going to put something on the edge of this lake right here. Okay. Probably put something here at the river crossing. And probably something over here at the foothills. Probably another one here. Hang on. I said here, and I changed my mind where I want to put that. Put that here. Another one here. Okay. Probably put a mining one here. Something like that. And we'll probably put some other coastal things here. So we'll have one here. And maybe one all the way out here. And perhaps one up over in here. Like so. Now, we'll definitely put one up here, but this is going to be, remember, we don't want a city, so that's going to be perhaps the northernmost outpost. Anything up in here? Maybe we'll put one up here in on the edge to explore the islands up in there. And if we wanted to, we could get crazy and actually put something out here in the islands. But that's a little frozen, so we probably won't. And you know what we will do, though, is we're going to put something right here. There's going to be something on that island that we can have. And probably here in the river section. Definitely something down in here. Like so. Got a major city here. Let's put a sister city here. Well, it's not a city, of course, but you know what I mean. And then we'll put something down in here. Like so. Now that gives us, let's see, markers 2. No, that put markers 3 in there as well. I want to use the markers too, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we got like 20, around 20 of the small markers around, and that should be more than enough to allow us to start to define the actual kingdoms and territories and maps and everything else that we want to put on here, the roadways and stuff. So stick around for the next episode because we are going to be further defining those things in the next tutorial episodes. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update in this Inkarnate tutorial series and any associated live streams that we do. Thanks to those of you who are supporting. If you liked what you see here today, please drop a super chat on this live stream or premiere. You can do super thanks as well. Do a super sticker if you want as well. And after the fact, you can always do memberships, which is a great way to support. You can pick up a copy of our tabletop sourcebook and the first module over at our Patreon page. Links are down below, or you can go over to weaveandvoid.com and pick up a standalone copy there. If you subscribe over at Patreon, you get 8K resolution map packs and a bunch of other cool perks. So hopefully we'll see you over there. Don't forget the Discord. Links are down below, and I will see everybody in the next episode. Thanks so much.